have made it to Tuner Fest in Rockford. We're about to get some laps in on the 240. And also the last time I drifted this event, I actually hit the wall. So I'm a little bit nervous to go out there. It's banked on the edges. You'll see when I go out there. I'll probably do a test lap first just to make sure the track isn't as bumpy as I remember it. But I honestly do not even want to drift this track, but I have to at least overcome the last, incident when I was here. So let's go knock that out. Hey Francie, what are you doing?
Just reading my book.
Full laps, go 2-3 laps, just have fun, keep people entertained. It's a cool track. Pretty much this Pizza Mike's track now.
All right, thanks, dude. Let's see what we can do.
So I might get some sleep. I'm cold and lonely, though not by definition. There's someone in the next room, but they couldn't feel further away. And the cracks in my mirror show more than I'd like them to. I guess I'm moving on from things that once were.
Woo-wee! That was wild. I would say that was my best redemption run. I just fully sent it until the tires popped. We gotta go check the damage though. Hopefully I didn't break my rear lip. Alright, let's see the damage.
I'll start in second going this way.
What's up, man?
And
What's up, bro?
How
you been? Good, you? Good.
Around,
Oh yeah.
Third, coming back this way. And
hot.
Cycle. Start in second and then shift to third and try to shift to fourth.
Damn, more quarter panel damage.
And I'll have to turn it to stop.
Oh no, it made me bleed.
It is distressing.
Oh, I didn't even know I was this close to my wheels. Good thing I didn't hit them. Honestly, I didn't even look at the coolant gauge the whole lap. Well, I guess that was more than one lap, but when I got out, it was over 200. Oops. Dude, did that come off my car?
Absolutely, this is everything that came out of your car.
How much can I buy that from you for?
I don't know, it's yours. Sell to your fans. Come buy a t-shirt, get a piece of Frieza Mike's tire.
You crack me up, yo.
Yeah, we just put this right here. Everyone gets to take one. They buy something, they get a piece of the tire. Look at that. Perfect. Any drift event, come on. Take his burners, take them all.
My new salesman. Temps are coming down. We're at 179. Although we're still idling rich. 10.9. Looks like we have no vacuum leak. We got 20 inches there.
More bread rolls.
What's going on?
If my table didn't have bread rolls, I was not
I'm gonna file a report, dude.
That's assault. She's got good insurance though.
So we're starting the two-step contest here. So this is the perfect time for RC drifting. We'll set up a little course back here. Got CJ and Tim out here driving. Tim finally got one. We talked him into it. He pulled the trigger. How do you feel about your most recent drift purchase?
Oh, dude, I'm addicted and I just can't get enough.
Pretty good already, dude.
Oh, I'm getting it.
That's what I've been waiting for.
CJ, did we get it?
Hope so, man.
Dude, I can't wait to see your stuff.
Okay. Take a second.
We're all loaded up. You know how we do it. We drive what we bring. Work truck mode. Of course.
I can't believe it, but I ended up using an entire tank of gas
within the last 24 hours. But that was well 24 hours spent with this fuel. Miles per gallon, we're at an all-time high. It's always good to be drifting this thing again. And we have another event coming up in August at the same spot. It's in Rockford Speedway. It's the very last time, I think, that they're actually hosting drifting there. So I'll attach the link below. Today we are going to work on Franzi's 240SX. The funny story about this car is, as soon as my 240 was up and running this year, her 240 decided it was time to stop running right. So with how busy I've been, I haven't had a chance to really look at the car. I didn't want her driving it around with it not running right, especially because it's an SR20, and SR20s are now very expensive engines. So the first thing we're going to do is make a visual inspection under the hood. Oh, it smells like 240 in here. Good smell. All right, engine's still there. It's a good start. We're gonna need to throw a battery in this car to start it up and start diagnosing. I'm also noticing that the intercooler mount busted off, so the intercooler is just kind of sagging. I wonder if that has something to do with the drivability issues it's having. Potential vacuum leak or boost leak? We'll see. Well, I guess we're gonna take the battery out of the work truck. You'd think we have enough batteries by now, but no, we're just gonna keep stealing batteries out of the Hondas. On second thought, this is the new work truck, so we're gonna take it out of the Z. Oh. 240 owners know the struggle with the S13 trunk. Oh, I forgot these shocks work. That's nice. All right, we're not gonna bolt it down or anything. We're not going anywhere. Main power's on. Let's see if it starts right up. Oh, she still has her 3D printed rose in here. Speedo's busted. That's new. Actually sounds pretty good right now. No leaks. We're gonna let it idle for a bit, that way it gets up to operating temperature, because it was only messing up when it was at operating temperature. It always drove perfectly flawless when it was a cold start. We're beginning to warm up a little bit. It's off the C line, and I'm looking at our readings here on our gauges. So this is the air fuel ratio. This is how the engine is running basically. This is the water temp, and obviously boost or vacuum. Now ideally you want the air fuel ratio to be 14.7 at idle, but it's pegged at 10, which is max rich, so something's wrong there. And 20 inches of vacuum is good. Usually if there's a vacuum leak, it'll be around 18 or 16, but that's reading good. Oh my god, just started pouring. Dang it, gotta clean up. Ah! Not my key fob. All right, the rain finally went away, for now at least. Franzi here is excited that we're finally working on her car. So I have a few suspicions as to what is causing this to run poorly. The maps are just known to just be an issue with these cars. I'm not too confident that this engine harness is in the best condition, because when we got it, the pins were iffy on some of the plugs. So I think I'm gonna try and source an engine harness. We're also gonna repair this intercooler, so we're gonna take that off. And I'm also gonna source a new map sensor for this. And while we're doing all that, the turbo that came with this SR20 when we initially were building this car for her, it's a no-name, so I have no idea what brand it is. There's no stamp on it, no nothing. So we're gonna look for a new turbo. We might end up just buying a brand new T28 or something. That way we know it's good to go. While we're changing out the turbo, we are also gonna change out the turbo manifold, which we picked up a Tomei. So that'll definitely help. I don't know if it will help, but it'll look better. I guess it'll help the looks. So for today, what we're gonna do is just take off the intercooler. There you are, working on your own car. So we're taking off the intercooler clamps first, because if we take off the intercooler mounts on the bottom, it's gonna be a lot harder to maneuver. It could potentially fall and damage the intercooler more than it already is. And it's way easier to get those clamps from the wheel well. So got it jacked up, turned all the way to the right, and can't even see it, but yeah. Whoa. Look at how busted this was. Clean cut, right off the top. And then the back tab is folded in. Now yes, I could diagnose this SR20 further to really pinpoint the issue that's going on here, but with so many iffy parts on the car already, I'd rather just replace those first and then see if that corrects the problem. If not, then we can dive deeper and know that we've already eliminated all of the potential hazards that were on the car. I do miss seeing this thing. This is a really nice 240, honestly. Now when transporting an intercooler, I try my best to not damage the fins. So I put cardboard box on the top and bottom and try to lay it on the most flat piece of the trunk as possible. So hopefully that'll be good. All right, I've dropped off the intercooler to a homie that's gonna weld it up. And I figured this would be a good time to do the forbidden test. What is that, you ask? A compression test. This will ultimately tell us a good idea of the health of the engine. It's always nerve-wracking to do because you don't want to see bad numbers, but hey man, that's the easiest way to find out. First good sign, when I'm looking down the spark plug holes, there's no oil. It looks very clean. Let's take out the spark plugs and see what they look like. I bet they're gonna be black from running so rich. Oof, there's some oil on there and it's black on the tip. Looks like these spark plugs are actually going bad. You can tell by the brown that's left on it. Oof, same as the first one. Same as the others. Last but not least, number 4. Let's see it. Yep, you guessed it. Same as the rest. All right, next, compression test. Let's pull the fuel pump fuse, which is right here. Oh. Now here's a quick disclaimer in case you're wondering. Yes, the intercooler is missing, but no, that will not affect our readings. We're not trying to start the car. We're not trying to get it running or anything. This is just so we can see what the engine compression is. You honestly don't need any pipes to be connected. It could just be open throttle body. And honestly, you're supposed to open the throttle body when you're doing this. So first, let's put on our compression tester. Dun, dun, dun. I guess we'll start with number 1 and work our way back. It's got a good seal on it. This is actually Omar's. This is the same tester that we used on Logan's SR. I'm gonna try and angle it or lay it down on something so I can see it from inside the car. Make sure it's in neutral. Okay, should be enough cranks. Usually you only want like 5 or 6 revolutions. 155, 60-ish? That one's good. Cylinder number 2, 155-ish. A little bit less than the first one, but still within spec. Cylinder number 3, 150-ish. So it's still good, still good. This battery is starting to sound really weak. It is not happy. Oh, thank God, what a relief. 150-ish. 4 for 4. Nice. I mentioned to you guys that we have a Tomei exhaust manifold for this car. And one thing I forgot to look into when buying this manifold is if it was cracked or not. Because I got it used, but it was lightly used. So unfortunately, it looks like this one is cracked. And there's also some repair jobs already done to it. I don't know how I overlooked that. Usually I inspect things pretty well when I'm buying things used, but looks like we're gonna have to repair this one and go from there. Either way, I'm excited to hear how the car sounds on this manifold. It's pretty nice. Just eBay weld quality. The welds look nice, but they're not actually as strong as they look. So keep that in mind when you're buying a used manifold. Is it cracked? It may look nice, but it's still junk. Well, I just looked into the pricing on the T28 Turbo, and it looks like they've gone up. They're around $1,700 to $1,800 now. The last I saw them, they were like $800 to $1,000, but I don't know if I'm gonna pay that much for a T28. Do you guys have any recommendations for an OEM turbo replacement or an upgrade for still running a stock ECU on the SR20? Let me know down below. Don't forget to drop a like in the video, subscribe to see more, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace. All right. Wow, that's a very crazy looking motherboard.